Hey guys, this is Tony with Backwoods Biker Magazine again. One of the questions that we've gotten periodically over the last couple of years is on bucksaws. How do you make one? Is there a company out there that I would recommend? The answer is, right here's one that I'd like to put in your wheelhouse. Hang tight, be right back. As I said, we've gotten questions about bucksaws. They're not real hard to make, but there are some makers out there that have sent us some bucksaws, and one of the ones that we've gotten that has really impressed us is from a company called Stowells Outdoor Solutions. He doesn't have a website, but he does have a Facebook page. So again, it's Stowells, S-T-O-W-E-L-L, and I think it's apostrophe S maybe, I don't know. But Stowells Outdoor Solutions is where you want to look at. Not only does he do bucksaws, but he's got ferro rods. He has these bags he calls light and strike bags that more or less is a gathering bag for your fire tinder, for your flints, whatever. And I'm going to show everything to you here, but I might just do that first. So, let's just talk about the ferro rods that this guy has available. He's got these resin. This one's a mushroom, but these are 1/2-inch ferro rods, every one of them. This one looks like Thor's hammer, something like that. And then this one here just has a positive grip on it. With laminated wood. It's pretty slick. And then this one here just looks like the old man bushman style here. But I'm going to tell you, okay, a ferro rod is a ferro rod is a ferro rod. Yes and no. They almost all come out of China, and that's the truth. I didn't ask him where he gets his from, but I mean, I would say this is out of China. You can buy ferro rods with handles on them, but what really impresses us here is the fact that he's taken time to drill the ferro rod, and then he epoxies it, and then he pins it with a brass pin so it will never ever come apart. Those are pretty stinking cool right there. The ones that are carved out like this or like this or like this are going to run you $85, okay? It's a lifetime striker. As long as you don't let it hit the fire. Ferro rods do not survive fire at all. They'll be gone. But these are pretty slick and they'll last you a long, long time. The positive grip one, I think this one here is like $65. But they all do the job. It's a great addition to your kit from Stowells Outdoor Solutions. Now the next thing that he has to offer are these light and strike bags, and as soon as we saw them, we're saying, this is pretty cool right here. Comes in 2 different sizes. A lot of guys sell these leather bags, but what Nick does is he takes these and rivets a piece of high carbon steel that you can strike your flint with, okay? Or you can also use it for your ferro rod. Now I didn't take any of the junk off of there, but I should have sanded it, but I didn't know I was going to be doing this. But that's great for that. But as you're walking through the woods, through the bush, or wherever you might be at, you're sticking your tinder down in here, your flints down in here, whatever is going to go in your fire kit can go down in these bags as well. And these bags here, this one that is bigger is, I think this is $65 or $85, and then this is $65, something like that. But they're very, very reasonable, and they're slick. They're very, very slick. Both of them have a piece of bone drawstring on them, right? And I like this. The small one's my favorite. A couple guys really like the big ones, for different reasons, but I like the small one, because I can find enough tinder and fat wood whatever I need to put down the side of here to start several fires, you know, so you don't have to overload yourself. But having this piece of high carbon hammered out steel, it's got a hammered finish on it, and it's probably, I'd say it's probably about 3/16 of an inch, it's close to 1/8 of an inch thick, you know, so it's going to last you a long, long time. Stowell Outdoor Solutions. All right, now this is the star of the Stowell show as far as I'm concerned. I've seen a lot of these Bucksaws throughout my lifetime. As a Boy Scout, I had to make one, and I wish I could tell you what happened to that dude. I don't know, man, but I liked it, you know, not only because I made it, but just because it was a great little saw. So this one is made out of walnut. These are 135 bucks. You can make your own. They're not really tough to make, and I think there's a bazillion videos out there on how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, it's not rocket science. But what Nick has done is taken it to another level, because he's invested in the right equipment to make all the mortise and tenons right on this thing. And as you've seen, you know, and I'll weigh it before we're done here. As you see here how small this is, it fits in a backpack. It can fit in a axe sleeve or a saw sleeve in your backpack if you have one of those. If you happen to have a canvas backpack, most of them have a place to put a saw or to put an axe. This fits perfectly down inside of there. But let's get this thing out for you here. But this is so simple to deploy. You just open it up, right? You flip it around like this. You stick one end in here. You stick one end in here, right? And then you center the toggle. That's a toggle right there. And it slips over these grooves that are inside of here, right? Right? And then you just begin to twist this thing to tighten it up. You know what I'm talking about for those of you that have used these before. Just continue to tighten it. Yeah, it's not tight enough for me. Just tighten it and tighten it and tighten it and tighten it. And this is 550 paracord that he's used. And he uses different woods. Now see, look how sturdy that is. You know, I might even be able to go one more time here. You know, but now you have got yourself a sturdy Bucksaw. Look at this. It comes with this blade. I forget who makes the blade for him. He finishes them in different colors. They come in different species of wood. The one he sent to us is made out of walnut, and again, it's all precision cutting. Okay, it's all precision cutting. They are these are worth their weight in gold if you're going to be out in the bush and you have to process wood. Now, the one thing that I would recommend, because there's not really, well, he stains them, but there's no real finish on these. So what I am going to tell you to do, if you don't already know me, you haven't watched my videos before, when I treat wood, leather, just about anything else, what I use is bush butter from Wood Tramp Gear. Now, it's all together right now, but what I'm going to do, and I'll show you how to break this down again. And while I've got it broke down, I'm going to treat every piece of wood that's on here. You can also treat the paracord with this to keep it protected from moisture as well. So for 135 bucks from Stowell Outdoor Solutions on Facebook, you get yourself what I consider to be one of the best Bucksaws out there on the market. It's great. You know, so now let's talk about just taking it apart again. All you got to do is just reverse it. You let the toggle do its thing backwards, right? That's all you got to do. Now, I'm not sure why he doesn't treat that. You know, I'm sure he's got a reason for that. He's a sharp dude. But you gotta treat anything that's wood that's going to be out in the bush, and then just pull it apart, and then you flip it over, just like so, and the blade fits right into the handle. Look at that. Now, this is the groove I was telling you about where your paracord goes. Okay, you can use a boot string or whatever, you know, if you're going to make these. But I mean, I don't. For 135 bucks, why go through all the trouble? And you're not going to make one that's this precise. As I said, the mortise and the tenons are perfect, right? Now, since I've got this apart, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I do with this type of stuff. I don't care that it's going to be on the inside. I'm still putting the bush butter on this, okay? Right here. See that? Then I'm going to do the whole thing. And friend, it doesn't take a lot of this stuff. Now, if you're interested in bush butter, you get it on woodtrampgear.com. And a satchel of this is less than $10, and you get 2 pads in a satchel. You treat your knives with it. You treat your anything leather, your axes, anything metal, anything leather, canvas. We have made wax canvas bags with these because this is just another form of fix and wax, but it's my family's take on it. My family arrived in the U.S. in 1736, and they were woodsmen. All right, I may as well go ahead and do this one in front of you as well, so you can see what I'm doing, you know. And I'm trying to get this in here. Any place that water might want to play havoc, or the sweat. You know, believe it or not, the sweat and the acids that are in your skin are tough on blades, tough on wood, tough on leather, right? So we're doing all this right here. Yeah, look at that. If I knock over that coffee cup, I'm not going to be happy. Not only is my coffee cup a gift from my friend who is an artist, Jim Carl, he's a ceramic artist, but it's also got some good coffee in it. All right, so we'll do this right here as well, as I told you. And you can see that I'm not putting a lot on there because it goes a long way. And then if I'm doing paracord, this is what I do: is I grab one of these and I go across it, just pull it right through it. Right, that's all I do. Pull it right through, then I flip it over, and then I pull it back through on the other side. Now, whenever rain hits this, it's just going to add a few years of life to it. Okay, moisture is an enemy to paracord, to wood, to leather, to canvas. All right, and you see what I'm doing here? That's it. Putting a little bit inside of the mortise as well. I wish I could get it down inside of there, but that's really not going to go in there very easy. And the last thing that I will do is I will run it along this blade. See that right there? That's all I'm doing right there. Running that along that blade. Okay. You do that, that's going to last a long time. And as I've told you in the past, if you're going to be doing this with a blade like I'm doing, you better be extra careful, or your fingers are going to be laying on the floor. Especially with something like this from Stowells. Look at this, okay? Now, that's going to dry up. It's going to look good. It's going to feel good. And it's going to shed water. So, now let's just go ahead and put it back together again, all right? I'm really trying to knock this coffee cup over. All right, Nick, I won't blame you if I do it. That's just me being stupid. I got a little bush butter down in the mortises. Tenons have them on it also. All right, then you want to center up your toggle, just the opposite of this knot right here. See this? So you want to bring it to where they're in the center together like that. You just put this loop over this groove. You put this loop over this groove like that. And again, all you do is start tightening it up just like so. Just twist and twist and twist and twist and twist until it's the tension that you want. And if I have a buff rag here, I'll show you what it's like with a buff rag. It's easy to do. Now, again, what you pay for this is, again, you know, you hear me say this, but I don't say this with everything and with everybody. But this is an heirloom bucksaw. If you have a woodsman in your family and you want to give them something special, give them a Bucksaw by Stowells Outdoors. For $135, you cannot beat it. I've seen inferior saws of this sell for $200 to $250 from guys out there on the internet. I've been to some shows before where they were as high as $300, but everything is higher at a show, you know. But you know, while I got this like this, let me show you one of the ways that I'm going to treat this groove right here. I'm going to take the bush butter and I'm just going to go back and forth on the groove itself, getting some of this bush butter down inside that groove. Okay, hopefully you can see this. I don't know if you can be able to see it with that, but I'm going to do both sides. So when I put the blade away, the blade is actually going to hit this butter and it's going to push it down inside that groove even further. All right, so we'll do that right there. It just looks like a glob of it sitting in the groove, but that's the point. I even do my knives like that. You know, this is a knife that we just looked at from Winkler Knives. And what I do is I put it right at the mouth of the sheath, put big old nasty hunks of it up in there, man. Yeah. And then when you put your blade down in there, it hits it every single time. So there you go. Now, I really want to let this cure out before I start buffing it. And something like this will take about 24 hours. That's how much I put on here. And it won't hurt it to leave it tightened up like that. You know, it's easy to replace the paracord if something were to go awry, you know, but man, see that? That's not only handy, it's not only practical, but it's also beautiful what it does to wood and leather. So let's just go ahead and take it back apart one more time, and then we'll fold it all the way up and we'll put it back together like if you're going to go ahead and put it in your pack. All right, very simple. Take the paracord out of the grooves, unfold it, fold up the blade, right inside there it goes, just like that. That lays on top like that. Then he sends you these Velcro deals like so. That helps to hold them in place. Thank you, Mr. Nick, for doing that. Nice touch. Get them as tight as you can, though. Don't want them to be loose. There's one. There's the other side, right there. We'll come in just like that. Over the top. That's it. And then you take your paracord, and how I do this is I lay him flat like this. Actually, I want to go on the other side right there. Just like that. And then I start wrapping here towards the middle. Keep everything nice and tight inside that middle. It's not going anywhere, okay? I love it. I think by far this is probably the best Bucksaw, especially for the money at $135. But don't get caught like a deer in the headlights just looking at this. Also look at these strike and fire pouches that are great for your tinder, great for your flint. These are also strike. And then, you know, everybody's always looking for a decent ferro rod, and you know what really sets these apart again is that not only does he epoxy it, but he takes the time to drill them out, which is tough, and he pins these, which most guys don't. You know, we've got some here that we've made here out of, you know, with deer antlers. They're basically the same from here on down. This one's a little bit longer, and we've got deer antler on here. But to be honest with you, I didn't take the time and we didn't drill these out. We just put epoxy in there, a lot of epoxy, and we grooved the walls of the hole so the epoxy would have some place to grab onto. But this could fall out at some point. These are not going to fall out. So let me just run down that one more time with you on the price. The one that has the trigger pull is like 65 bucks, and these here that are carved, you know, look at that, out of resin. That's resin. It's a mushroom. It's a morel. This one is the forest dude that you always see. And then this is Thor's hammer, right? It's got some Scandinavian carvings on here. Nice. These are all $85 like that. Great gear, my friend. So Nick, you've done a great job, especially on this saw, bud. We recommend this. This would be the saw that we're recommending this year, the Bucksaw. And man, for $135, you can't beat it. So get out there at Stowells Outdoor Solutions on Facebook. Also, if you like this video, then hit the subscribe, the share, and the like button. We appreciate your support for us. And when you do, that email down there, Tony@backwoodsbiker.com, email us and just say in your email, I've subscribed, and then you be entered into the database for free gear that we give away. We give a lot away every month. The only thing you do is pay shipping on it. So look forward to hearing from you. If you got questions or want to be involved in the monthly mail call, email us at that address also. Appreciate you watching. Until next time, you ride free, you live free, and as always, you be safe out there.